All right, all right, all right. Welcome, everyone, to PCG Talk with myself, Choctaw, and my good buddy and veteran friend and brother in arms, Chano from deep in the woods in Georgia. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, Choctaw. Good evening, chillers. What's going on?
Man, it is filled up already tonight. Yeah, how did you like that introduction there? I thought I'd mix it up a little bit.
That was very cool. I liked it.
I do love the old stuff, man.
Yeah.
I would have been so cool back then, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I really would have been. I'd probably been a juvenile delinquent. Oh, no, there goes another good fellow. No, not the Italian guy.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. By the way, man, I broke down and watched Gotti yesterday afternoon for Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, it was different, man. It was different. Well, chat room, good evening, Marie, Loot 7, Pegster 6, Mrs. Space Lover, Red Rob. And, man, Red Rob and Pegster 6 are really talking it out there. Marie, good to see you. Peachy King, Jen R., Barbara LaFrance, what a surprise. So glad to see you this evening. And, of course, there's Stephen John. Good evening, chillers. I'm not being a spelling Nazi or anything, but come on, Stephen. Really? You write lyrics, dude. You take shortcuts there? Anyway, go ahead, dude. Say it.
Keystroke.
Keystroke. Billy Jim 52, good to see you. Susan Fanning, welcome, first-time listener. Well, we hope you enjoy yourself here. And the chat room will be happy to explain. We've got a lot going on here at Last Scout Radio. Modini, JASM, J.R. Scott, I do not know who shot you. It is still a mystery. It always will be. So let's just celebrate another year of not knowing. Red Rob, good evening. Glad you are here. Modini, Scotty. Oildale Joe.
Susan Fanning, watch out for the storage closet. Stay clear of that for a little bit. It's under construction right now anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That closet is not my project. I only approved the funding, and I gave all 75 cents we had in our budget. So, that oxygen bar you suggest might be a little skimpy, maybe like a little $5 Walmart fan blowing the air through, and we'll call that the oxygen bar.
Oh, I've got that already covered, brother. I got one of them foot pump, like the foot pump thing for the air mattress.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
And they can do it themselves.
Yep. Free oxygen.
You know, just stick the tube up your nose and start pumping that foot up and down. You're good to go, brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Or just put it in your face. You don't have to really put it up your nose. But yeah.
No, that's true, too. That is true, too.
Mm-hmm.
I really cannot wait to see the renovation. This should be absolutely chilling. We shall have to take photographs.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yes,
we're going to have a big
put it out there. Hey, there's Cushion on, man.
Kush! Happy Thanksgiving, Kush.
Yeah, Kush. Man, I'll tell you. Here's the deal, Kush. Me and Chano have been talking about this behind the scenes. I don't know if he's told you about it or not. The plan is for the next month or so is to bring all of our Patriot musicians in here, play their music, highlight them. Hey, 9 Fathoms, good to see you. And bring them out to the people, to meet the people. But, Kush, you are such a special place that, you know, you're like the Return of the King in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You know, you're the man, you're the musician that will finally bring closure. It's the only way I know how to put it, Kush. And that's why we're saving you for last, because always the best is for last, of course, not dissing any of our other musicians. But, Kush, you got a special place, and you know it, sir. Wouldn't you say, Chano?
Special spot on the mantle. Yes, Kush. You got it, brother. Shout out to Tina Elkins. Love you, girl.
Sweet.
9 Fathoms. Yep. Billy Jim. Political Foolishness. Love you guys, man. I'll show it up. Show them some love.
Yeah, it's greatly appreciated. Totally greatly appreciated. Okay, gang, here's what we have lined up for tonight, and it is going to be the focus tonight musically in the spotlight will be like Stephen John was last week. Chano is going to be this week. We're going to listen to his music. We're going to delve into some things. I have a lot of questions, a lot of thoughts that I have not even shared with Chano about his music and stuff. So it should be pretty interesting, pretty enlightening. Political foolishness, my old friend. Good to see you, sir. Welcome. Glad you are here. And we'll proceed on that way, and we'll knock out, some other music and take our little break with our old commercials. The standard things we like to do here at PCG Talk. The little informal chill grill, which reminds me just real quick, let me throw this out there, that tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern will be Scout's Old Time Radio Hour, and it'll be Lux Radio Theater. I still have not decided on which broadcast I want to use, but I'll get that worked out, and you'll be surprised tomorrow. Also, on Sunday night is Chill Grill, of course. That is going to be on at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's where we just throw a whole bunch of music at you and let you guys chat to your heart's content. So, with all that said, 10 minutes after...
Gotta give a shout.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gotta give a shout out to the Georgia homies for Bike Life. Hey, Georgia peeps, what's up? I love them all. And thank y'all for coming in, hitting the like button, and for being here. And the new ones, we'd like to have you subscribe if you would, and share the channel.
Yeah, please do. We have over 2,000 subscribers. We are not monetized. We choose not to be monetized, and we're just happy that way. And look who showed up, the bass doctor himself.
Brother.
Man on the street, witness to a bank robbery in Philadelphia.
Yep, word's out, citizen reporter.
Yeah, no kidding. I tell you what, bass doctor, man, if you ever run into something like that in the big city and you record it, we'll get it on here. We will get it on here. The bass doctor. The TBD report.
On the streets of Philly, coming to you live.
Right. This is the bass doctor standing on the corner of 4th and 7th Street where I don't know what's going on. This is Philadelphia. We have no clue what's going on. It's insane, I tell you. It's insane.
He knows what's going on.
Yes, he does, man. I tell you. The night that we had him on, when we covered the election returns, man, what knowledge he had about Pennsylvania politics.
Oh, yeah. He's an awesome person. Love talking to him.
Thanks, he says we did tape it.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Thank you, Tina. Yep. Hope you enjoy it.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Going big time.
And J.A., you got the comm in the storage closet, brother. You're in charge. You got the key right now.
Jen R. writes, I thought it was the corner of Chow and Maine. Well, if it had been in Oklahoma, it had been on the corner of Chaw and Taw, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Or in Wyoming, corner of Prairie and Dust.
Prairie and Dust, no kidding. Right next to the Gopher Hole restaurant, right?
Oh, yeah, the Prairie Dog.
The Prairie Dog hold down.
Yeah. Hey, that's how I got good at shooting.
Prairie dogs?
Yep. They're fast. Yeah, very fast.
Yes, they are, and they're very, very, what's another way to put it?
Plentiful.
They're very curious, but they always sacrifice one. You ever notice that?
Uh-huh. Yeah, like the meerkats.
I know, right? Oh, man. Prairie dogs.
The cycle of life.
Right. Now, you have prairie dogs up there and down in Texas, deep East Texas. Man, there was armadillos everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Armadillos.
Rats with a tank.
Yeah, got plenty of those in Florida. Them and possums.
Yeah, that's true. Man, possums. Man, there's possums everywhere. Boy, and we had 3 of our dogs, our shepherds, went after a possum early one morning. And, man, that possum looked dead. And so I just told Ancestral, well, she says, bring the dogs in. So we bring the dogs in. So I kept checking out by the bathroom window where I could see out where the possum laid. Man, in like about 15 minutes, he was up and gone. He had possumed out.
Yep, chilled. I'm out. See ya.
Yeah, no kidding.
9 fathoms goes prairie dog soup.
Prairie dog soup. There you go. Oh, man, remember Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies and all that stuff she used to cook?
Oh, yeah.
And what was it they called the pool table? Was their formal dining room table? What did they call that? Do you remember?
No, I don't. Chat does. I know they do.
Right, and they would pass the pots around on the cue sticks because it was a long reach.
Yeah, right.
Now I know about the cement pine. I got that part, but I cannot remember what they called it. Inside the fancy eating table, I think 9 fathoms is right. Yeah. Marie backs him up, says
fancy eating table.
Eating table, and the cement pond. Oh man, there is. Have you ever seen that GIF? There's a GIF out there of Jed Clampett. And he's dressed in one of those gold 2-piece rock and roll suits with the boots to match and a hat to match, and he's playing the guitar, the electric guitar.
Seen it, but don't remember it. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what a trip, man. That show just used to crack me up.
Yep. First thing you know, Jed's a millionaire.
Yep. The kid folks said, Jed, move away from there.
California is the place you ought to be.
So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly
Hills, that is.
Swimming pools.
And movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, yeah. It's my relation right there.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was good times on the TV back then. But, I mean, some of it was stupid, and I admit that in your older age, it's like it was a waste of time. But, doggone it, there are some things you just got to accept that were a part of your culture, a part of your growing up, and despite other arguments, you did enjoy it, but you enjoyed it for the right reasons.
Yeah, that's back when I was the remote.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, getting up. Turn it up, turn the channel, sit back down. Nope, get up. It's not
man, it must have been hard for 5 years being known as Curtis Mathis.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Zenith.
Zenith. And no, that would be a cool name to have,
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it. Which reminds me, I'll bring that up later.
All right.
I have to watch myself tonight because I don't want to preempt a strike on the interview, right?
Right. No tips here.
No tips.
Just so the chat knows, we have not discussed anything.
No,
tonight.
we haven't. I haven't told him anything I'm going to ask him. As a matter of fact, I've been messing with his head, telling you are not going to believe some of the things that I'm going to ask you. You better be ready.
Yep, I'm strapped in.
Yep, strapped in. Political Foolishness says Max Baer was Jethro for the rest of his life. Yeah, he was. I remember there was a movie maybe about 8 or 9 years after the Beverly Hillbillies went off air, and it was a B-rated movie, and Jethro played a Louisiana sheriff in it, and he was a bad guy. I couldn't believe it. I was like sitting there, like when he was in this gun battle, I'm like, man, it's a shame you don't have that double knot spy hat he had.
Yeah. Or one that Granny had.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, man. One woman that got fired up over that boy was Miss Hathaway, man.
Oh yeah, Miss Hathaway.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was always after him. And who's like,
Bring
Miss
back-
Jane?
Miss Jane, yeah.
Oh, Lord
Wow.
have mercy. Luke 7 says Jethro's dad was a pro wrestler. Well, he was a big old boy. You know. Pegster 6 said Miss Hathaway was a hoot. Yeah, she was funny. She used to crack me up. I loved that she belonged to that California Condor Society or something like that, and Wally Cox was her leader. Man, I remember too much stuff that has no point in this world, don't I?
The filing cabinets are full, bro. That's awesome.
Well, I just can't figure out where to stick this thumb drive.
Download this crap. Get out of here. Give me some space.
Oh, man. Yeah, all this information, you know. Yep, she was a bird watcher. Baxter 6 is having a good time. She says, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what fun. I'll tell you what, we are going, let's see, it's 20 minutes after the hour, and we're going to spend a little while with Chain O. Tell you what, let's do. Let's break into a little bit of the bass doctor for a lead-in. How's that sound? Works for me. All right.
Yeah.
Listen up, gang.
Hey, hop in, man.
Hey man, whose car?
You know Wooderson?
How's it going, man?
Hey.
Pretty good. How's it going with you?
Say, man, you got a joint?
No, not on me, man.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did. All right, all right, all right.
Alright. When I first see you standing there, standing on the street, woman, I picked you up, put your back on your feet. When I seen you play, I buy you pretty things. But do you think you love me? Do you think you changed? No, you left me stranded. Hey, yeah. Now you're with some other guy, you found somebody new. Now you're looking at me, woman, I'm nobody to you. I see you when you used me up and took up all my time. Babe, I'm getting older and threw it on the line. Woman, you're the devil.
All right, there you have it. Navik Rebrab, Walk Away. And, of course, we know Navik as Chano. So let's just go ahead and start out the gate. Chano, you ready to roll?
Let's roll.
Let's roll. The name.
The name is my name backwards. So just needed something that nobody else had.
Okay.
And they could. So it worked. Not a lot of thought went into it, but yeah, I'm not worried about anything.
Well, no, I mean, it's kind of an interesting concept, really. But, man, I'll tell you what, trying to remember how to spell it and rethink your name backwards to set up the headers, man, it was like, I almost got a hold of you one time and go, hey, look, Chano, everybody knows who Chano is. Can't you just change it to Nevik Chain or something?
Right. It might be easier.
And then you throw in your Discord name, and then everybody's confused.
Oh, yeah. And then go to Twitter.
Oh, my God, that's true. That is true. Okay, so basically you just took your name and reversed it, and that became your band name.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, well, that's quite interesting. I can't think of anybody else that does that or has done that. So maybe you're on to something. Okay. I'm just going to say it like it is here. When we first came into contact with each other through Discord, you had sent me a link to your, was it Reverb Nation? Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Reverb Nation site, which, oh, by the way, you will find a link way down below to what we're talking about right here. So I went to it, and I've got to tell you, okay, did you ever wonder where I came up with, like, the head thing for all your songs?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. I'm wondering where, but I don't know where you got
okay.
it.
Well, it was based on your picture. Okay, because I got to tell you the truth, man. You're my brother. I'll tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. I had to back up and go, man, okay, so I'm going to go check out this dude, and the first thing that I see is music and stuff, and the first thing that I see is what looks like a hooded guy standing under a light bulb with saran wrap around his face.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, and I went, okay, well, I'll let me just listen to the music and see what I think. And so, the song that you had sent me, I listened to it, and I'm going, oh, this is really good. And, of course, we discussed bringing it on, and we went through that formality together, that process that I had together for bringing music on air. And I sat down, and I go, man, I want to fix up a header for this guy. And this is when we were first starting, too. So this is all, like, brand new to all of us, trying to figure out, where we're going to go with the show on this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went back and I says, well, I'm going to listen to some other music. And while I was listening to other music, I was scanning and just sat and go, okay, just be quiet, think, listen to the music. And when I listened to the music, I saw in my mind the picture, and I said, I'm going to start going with the head on this stuff. Just like for the bass doctor, I do women.
Yeah.
Silhouetted women. The same thing with you. It just kind of seemed to match, and, you never had any problem with it. So it was like, okay, cool, we'll get this worked out. Now, your music. Everything that I've come across so far on your music is great music, but it's like you're on the edge of chaos. I mean, your music's not quite there, but it's like, man, I'm right to the edge, and if I take this next step, the music is really going to be evolved into something different. Why do you take that approach?
Well, I had help in writing 4 of those songs as far as the structure of the song. Putting it together, I had co-writers in the 4. The Walk Away song was done. The one we just heard, that was done separately by myself.
Right.
The other 4, the guy, I had some influences from the other guys, and it was just a collaboration of kind of like what I'm getting involved with now with my brothers from another mother, Steve and John, the bass doctor, and the Kush. I met these guys online. The only difference was we ended up being from the same town. So we got together and things evolved, and it was more or less just started off as a jam, And, the drummer contacted me because I ran an ad to have like a little school in my studio. And I was teaching high school kids just the basics of recording. And that's how I met the drummer. He answered the ad, and of course he wasn't in high school, but one thing led to another. And this guy, Alan Keeping is his name, and he was born with the drumstick in his hand, literally.
Wow.
The guy could play amazing. Yeah. Miss those guys. But I don't think I answered your question.
No, you didn't, but that's all right. I like the sidetracks because it takes me other places in my brain, too. So do you mind talking about this former band?
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
No brothers.
All right. And so just go for it. Give us a narrative.
The guitar player, as well as myself, the guitar player on all those tracks was Derek Walters, and met through another mutual friend. And the bass player was a longtime friend of mine named John Schwamborn, and we played in a couple different bands throughout 10, 15 years. So we knew each other pretty well, pretty tight. But unfortunately, it didn't last very long because one reason or another, scheduling and stuff, everybody kind of went different directions. So I missed
Life happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the stuff was shelved more or less for quite a while. And so even though it's new for everybody, it's several years old for me. And it was a great time in my life. So I think the influences were just the angst that you said talking about being on the edge.
Uh-huh.
We had like an angst against the man, the government or whatever.
Right.
We couldn't put our finger on it, but you had to push it as far as you can without getting too, well, at that time, politically correct. You walking the fine line. That's when that stuff was coming around. So you want to push it as far as you can, but you got to be marketable. You know,
Right.
that's what we tried to do.
Okay. So with you said you played with a couple of, in a couple of other bands. Has the music always been the style of music, or did you guys delve into other genres?
I think it was because of where everybody was from. The drummer Alan, I think he was from Mississippi, Alabama, and the guitar player Derek was from Mississippi or had lived there, and brought these influences in, and just kind of meshed them together, and it just worked out. You know, you got some little magic happening. So
Right.
good while it lasted. You know.
Well, how would you classify it if you had to, like you said earlier about, the file folders are full or the file cabinet's full, how would you classify this type of music? What kind of music would you call it?
Alternative rock with a, with an edge.
Right. So has it always been the alternative rock with an edge, or did you personally venture somewhere else with other kinds of music?
I did. I have some other music that I've recorded and never released for whatever reason, and it has a different, more of a rock style or an older rock style, and some that's even kind of twangy country-ish, kind of folky, maybe.
Right.
So, and the good news is, people in the chat, we're going to be working on recording some of this stuff, so that it might be an album coming out of the Chill Grill.
Oh, wow. Would that not be a trip, man?
Yeah. So,
would that not be a trip? Oh, wow. Man, you guys got big plans behind the scenes. I kind of stay out of your way. I catch you one-on-one or a couple at a time. But, man, you guys are rocking it back there in the office.
There's a good team, and it's coming together. The structure is really, really falling together, and everybody's jumping on, and it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So what all instruments do you play, Chano?
I play guitar. I play a little bit of drums, enough to keep a beat. I play a little bass, enough to keep me sane, and vocals. I can play the hell out of a cowbell.
Okay.
Jew's harp, believe it or not. That's about it.
Which do you prefer out of all of them?
The vocal.
Really, the vocals, huh?
Yeah, because it's always with you. It's the instrument that you sleep with.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I have slept with my guitar once too. Passed out with it. Didn't quite make it through the whole night.
Is that a story you want to share, or is it one better left alone?
Yeah, that was it. That's the whole story.
Oh,
Passed
okay.
out. Yeah, a little Cuervo involved, and there you go.
The tequila tango, huh?
Yeah, the only one that never gave me the only alcoholic beverage that never gave me a real hangover. So I gravitated towards the tequila.
Okay, got you. This sounds like a stupid question, but really it's not. I think people might have thought about this at one time watching other musicians and stuff throughout all the years. Do you play an instrument and sing at the same time on anything?
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right. And okay, now let me ask you this. How coordinated do you feel when you do that? Do you get my drift?
Yes. It didn't come. It almost felt like it didn't come naturally. It took some time to be able to do that, to get coordinated, to be able to sing and play at the same time. It was unique when it actually happened. And I was like, wow, this is pretty fun. And it's kind of like the same thing when you learn how to play drums. You have to learn that syncopation, where if you're doing double bass, you're doing your hands and your feet are all doing different things.
Right.
So that's how musicians work. I think we use both sides of our brain to a degree, and that's how we're able to do what we do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. All right, we're going to play another song of yours, Chano, and we'll be back for some.
Loot 7 says he's got the cowbell, bitches. Okay, Luke.
Leave my cowbell alone.
All right, get the copy of Pro Tools on, brother.
Oh, that's good, man. That is good. All right. Well, let's take another listen to another one of your songs, Chano, and we'll be back with the folks with some more questions. Glad to see all of you in the chat room this evening. Loot 7, Peachy King, Compton 2952, welcome. Marie, Paul Slack, Deborah W., Dahlia Olive, and the Bass Doctor and Mrs. Bass Doctor, all of you, and Cushion and Stephen John. Thank you all so much for being out there. And if there is a Mrs. Chano out there lurking, good evening. It was such a pleasure to meet you tonight. It really was. All right, gang, let's jump right back into some music from Chano, Swamp Life. All right, there we go. Chano and Swamp Life. Chano, what is this song about?
This song is about life. It's about dealing with everyday life and going through things and, just making it what you can. Hitting the bottom, coming back up, whatever knocks you down, it's just keep you going.
Right. So Swamp Life is just life in general then?
Yeah.
Okay. And this was with your original band, right?
It's not my original band.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the guys that we just came together, kind of met on the internet, and started jamming out and writing songs, with the political kind of theme in mind,
right?
On all of them, and with angst against the man. I guess Swamp Life is about somebody that like has an addiction and you gotta get through it yourself. You gotta,
right.
Ultimately you have this backing group of people or whatever, your support group and stuff, but ultimately it boils down to the individual, and you have to find a way to move on and deal with it. So life. Yeah.
Now this is one of the songs that you helped write, correct?
Yes, I wrote all the lyrics.
Wow, really? That I was not aware of.
Yeah, all the songs with the exception of The Matrix, more or less all the lyrics, and that one was co-written with the drummer and the guitar player.
Now, did you do the vocals on Swamp Life?
Oh yeah.
Really? Oh man, that is awesome, Chano.
Yep.
Very cool. So tell us about your original band, if you can, if it's something you want to talk about.
Yeah, the original band started more or less, in my garage.
A garage band, right? All American.
Yep. And at that time, it was just a couple of guys, and we're in a drum machine, more or less. We had a drummer that showed up, and he started playing for a couple of weeks, and he told us right up front, he says, guys, I'm not going to be able to commit to this project because I'm going to service. And so, okay, no problem. And so his name was Jeff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So a couple of weeks after Jeff left, we couldn't find another drummer. So we're like, we got to do something. So I went to the music store and found a drum machine. And so then we had a drum machine that we played with, which really was beneficial because it helped with our timing a lot. You can't mess up on a drum machine, but he was appropriately named Jeff in the box.
Jeff in the box. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jeff in the box. Yeah, he always showed up on time. He never complained about what we were doing, and the best bandmate we had for a while. But he couldn't do the changes like we wanted, so we had to eventually get another real drummer. So
right. So there were limits.
Oh yeah, definitely limits. We didn't ever get out of the garage with Jeff, but it was a stepping stone to the real deal.
Right.
And so meeting the group of guys that I finally teamed up with, it took a few bands to get the right group of guys.
Right.
And then when you do, you feel, you get the feel, and started writing tunes. And I had already had some tunes written with another friend of mine. We co-wrote a lot of stuff on the side. Coffee every Sunday morning. I'd bring my guitar out, and he'd write some words down on a sticky note, and I'd grab the guitar and we'd jam a few chords, and pretty soon we'd have a song. So we started adding them to the band, and we had a pretty good repertoire of original stuff. But we vowed to not play any covers. We just wanted to be an original band, and if you're going to play clubs, you're going to have to learn covers. So
right,
we stayed in the garage for a while.
So what songs did you guys cover?
Oh, Ozzy, a bunch. Bad Company, classic rock.
Okay.
Yeah. Good times.
Good time. Yeah, well, it seems like that any beginning for any garage band here in America usually is covering someone else's song, which is good. It really is, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many lonely drummers out there that don't have a band? I mean, what can they do, right? And you know, as far as playing, well, the only thing you can do is when mom and dad leave the house is turn the stereo up real loud and bang away, right?
Bang along or learn guitar.
Or learn guitar.
And I know a few drummers that just decided to do that and said, you know what, it's fun playing the drums, but I want to learn guitar because the guitar guys were getting the girls.
Yeah, they're all up front, right?
Right.
So who? Oh man, this is gonna be a hard one for you to pin down. I know it is. Run through some genres of music, and tell us who your favorite artists are. Those out of the genre, you know, like country, classic rock, indie rock, jazz. The whole spectrum. What you can think of.
Wow. Well,
I know, big loaded question, right, my brother?
Yeah, I mean, country, I was raised in Wyoming, and country was like engraved in us. So, you know, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard. There's so many of them that, you know, we grew up with. Presley, you know. As far as rock goes, you know, Styx, Kiss, Alice Cooper, so many. Zeppelin.
So you like all the bands that wore makeup?
Not necessarily all the ones that wear makeup. No. Kiss is cool though. I like Kiss, you know. There's just so many, you know. Blackfoot, you know, a bunch.
Who would you say was musically your biggest influence? And I know it's going to be more than one person, but who would it be?
My biggest musical influence, honestly, was my older sister. It wasn't any other musician. Yeah, because from a kid, from you know, being young, she always played guitar and sang, and it definitely influenced me to do it. So thank you, sis.
Well, give us some more, man. I mean, that's pretty deep, and this is what we want to know here. We're not, you know, we don't want the generic stuff.
She had a couple of songs that she wrote when she was growing up and submitted them. And I don't know factually, but Johnny Cash got one of them. And another one was At 17 by Janis Ian.
Uh-huh.
Was picked up from my sister wrote that song.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm learning all this brand new, ladies and gentlemen, out there in YouTube, just like you are. Wow, this is quite a fascinating story, Jano.
Yeah, so she was my inspiration to get out there and do it. And we do like a show together now, where we both perform with backing tracks. So it's fun.
Wow. Any chance to get our hands on those recordings? Or at least to let me listen to them?
Yeah. The problem is, and I explained this not online or on air, but my old computer I had in my studio, my DAW, is still down, and there's stuff that's locked up on it.
Oh, that's right.
I've got to get in there, and that's one of the things I'm working out is breaking into my computer.
Breaking into your own computer, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, hopefully that's something we can make happen in the future. That is very interesting. Now, in case a lot of people don't know it, and we've discussed this before on air together, is you do come from a Brady Bunch type family, just to sum it up real quick, and you are one of 12 siblings.
Yep, correct.
Now, who taught you to play guitar?
Myself.
Yourself, really?
Well, there was a few tapes I got, and magazines and books, and Randy Rhoads did a thing, Randy Rhoads guitar licks.
Okay.
Yeah. So, just breaking it out and picking it up and strumming away, figuring it out.
So how old were you when you started?
I was pretty old. Not according to the photograph that you've got. That was back in the day. But when I really got serious and started playing guitar,
right,
was after I got married in 1988, 87. So.
Wow, that late in life, huh?
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah. I mean, I did play prior to that.
Right.
When I was a little squirt, but it was all in my mind.
Oh, man. That is absolutely amazing, Chano. Absolutely amazing. I wish I had that picture pulled up. Sorry, I don't. So,
it's all good, I think.
Anyway, well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a break. And what we'll do is we'll take our normal break. It's been at it nearly an hour now. And take our break. And then we're going to come back and talk to Chano real quick about a new song. And from there, we'll get back into it again. All right. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with Chano, our musician spotlight tonight.
Is the sweetheart you married the husband you expected him to be? Has the war created new problems for you in your marriage? To answer these and other personal problems brought in by your friends and neighbors, ARID presents John J. Anthony, founder of the famed Marital Relations Institute, in a brand new program of daily sessions of kindly and helpful advice. Just as Mr. Anthony, by examples in this studio, is helping thousands of men and women solve their personal problems, ARID, too, is helping thousands to solve the important personal problem of underarm perspiration. ARID helps you avoid perspiration damage to clothes and safeguards friendships. Use ARID every day. It helps stop perspiration safely, and at the same time, ARID is a most effective deodorant.
What kinds of kids eat Armour hot dogs?
Fat kids, skinny kids, kids who climb on rocks, soft kids, sissy kids.
Even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs.
Armour hot dogs.
The dog kids love to bite. Picking it up on the old banjo, put on the mustard and away we go. But when kids fight dogs, they yell,
Hooray! For hot dogs!
Armour hot dogs!
The dogs
Kids love to bite.
Snap. What a happy sound. Snap is the happiest sound I've found. Me clap, rap. Snap, crackle, Rice Krispies. I say it's crackle, the crispy sound. You gotta have crackle or the crust not found. Snap, crackle, Rice Krispies. I insist that's hot, the sound. The best is missed unless hot's around. You can't stop hopping when the cereal's popping. Snap, crack, Rice Krispies. I can crackle, hot, the sound. You gotta have crackle as the hot's around. Can't stop hopping when the cereal's popping. Snap, crack, makes the world go round. Kellogg's best to you.
Our free podcast is made possible by contributions to Stardate and your local radio station. Please visit stardate.org to make a donation or to subscribe to our paid same-day premium audio content. Stardate, November 22nd. The only known planet of the star Aldebaran is a furnace, but that might not always have been the case. A recent study, in fact, says the planet could have spent billions of years in the zone that's just right for life. The difference is the result of changes in Aldebaran. Today, the star is nearing the end of its life, so it's puffed up to giant proportions. That means its known planet receives so much energy that it's far too hot for living organisms. For billions of years, though, Aldebaran was much smaller and fainter than it is now, similar to the present-day Sun. The new study says that under those conditions, the planet probably was in the habitable zone. That's the distance from the star where temperatures are just right for liquid water, which is a key ingredient for life. The planet, which was discovered by astronomers at McDonald Observatory, likely is a giant ball of gas much like Jupiter, the giant of our own solar system. Such worlds are considered unlikely homes for life. But if the planet has any moons, they could have been more comfortable, perhaps providing good conditions for life for billions of years. And Aldebaran appears near our own moon the next couple of nights. The orange eye of Taurus the Bull stands to the lower left of the moon this evening. The moon moves closer to it later on, and Aldebaran will stand even closer to the moon tomorrow night. Tomorrow, a dangerous approach. And we have more skywatching tips and much more about the universe in Stardate magazine. Subscription information at stardate.org. For the University of Texas at Austin McDonald Observatory, I'm Sandy Wood.
And you will find a link below for stardate.org, along with many other little treasures down below. So be sure and check that out. Well, we are back with Chano. Have you caught your breath after the break, my brother?
No, not yet. I'm still in the closet.
Oh, well, that was a surprise.
Sorry, I'm coming.
You have a hard hat on, I hope.
Hard hat.
All right. Safety first and always.
Safety always. Always safe.
There you go. Okay, Chano, so we've got a new song, and it's called Betrayal. Do you want to tell us about it before we play it?
No, let's roll it, and we'll do it after.
All right. Well, here we go, sir.
Okay.
Per your request. All right, the new song. Hey, man, got you covered, brother. The new song by Chano Nevik Rebrab, Betrayed. right, there you have it. New song by Chano, Betrayed. All right, Hoss, talk to us about this song.
Well, the song was kind of like written for the industry or towards the industry, you know. With that angst, you know, behind it in mind.
Meaning the music industry?
Yeah.
Okay.
That, you know, it was like no matter what you were, you know, it's almost like you have to suck to be in the music industry now because it's just the way it is, you know. So it was like just angst, you know. We're not going to get signed. It's like they're picking people that with no talent to get signed, and you're out there doing this, you know, pouring your heart and soul into this, and nobody's even paying attention. So you can be your own worst enemy, you know, sometimes, and it's just a kind of a shout out to them to say, well, we don't need you, you know, we can do it without you.
Well, I know Mrs. Chano likes that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard a whole lot of influences in there. You can't deny there is Zeppelin influence in this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I detect a couple others, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
I liked a lot of Aerosmith. The way they wrote and, you know, some of their style, the way the song flows and stuff.
Right.
Their style of writing. AC/DC, you know, all those guys, they're all Ozzy, you know, Black Sabbath.
Heavy hitting, hard punching.
Yeah. That was what was going on when I was growing up, so that's what I gravitated towards.
Right. Now, you wrote the lyrics for this one as well?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that is quite interesting. Okay, so you grew up pretty much in Wyoming, family of 12, not including mom and dad.
Correct.
All of your other siblings, you talked about your one sister. Is there any other music talent in the family, or are you it?
Just me and her.
Just you and her.
I mean, my mom sings, and her whole family sang at church and stuff. All her sisters. She had I think seven sisters. I gotta count them all. I don't want to get it wrong, Mom. I know there's a bunch of them, but they were another inspiration. When they got together and sang during the holidays, it was like angels, you know. So, yeah, nobody in my immediate family other than my sister didn't know.
So all of your aunts had to be quite a big influence then.
Yeah, they all were. Yeah, when they got together and did their singing. Actually, I got them. I was very fortunate. I got them to come into my studio after I got it built and got to record them. So that was really.
Are you serious? That is awesome, dude.
Yeah, that was really, really a great experience.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, talk to us, Chano, if you would. And if you need a second to, like, pull your thoughts together, don't worry about it. But talk to us about the evolution of your vocal style. Because it is quite unique.
Well, you know, I started off, I wouldn't really want you to hear anything I did way back in the day because I hear it now and I'm like, oh, God.
Right, as we all are.
Get off the stage, man. You suck. But it's like it's like anything in life. If you got to lose a little bit in order to win, you know. So that's what happens. You get better. You know, there's competition out there, so you just have to hone your craft, and that's I've been gifted. So I feel it's my duty to give it back, you know.
What was your first guitar?
Fender Squire.
And you achieved that guitar how?
Scraped up enough of my weekly allowance from my sweetie and was able to get a guitar. Yeah.
Well, that's right. You said it was much later in life. How old were you then?
21.
21. Okay. Well, by a lot of standards, that is kind of old to start from new, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested. Let me get back to your garage band. How many were in your garage band?
At one time, I think we had 5 or 6 people in there in the band. We had a girl singing and a keyboard player, and as many as we could pack in there. It's kind of like the storage closet now, standing room only, very smoky,
right?
But fun. You know, we always had a good time.
Nobody cared.
No, well, my wife, because it was attached to the house.
Oh well, okay. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, right. She put up with a lot, and for that, I'm thankful.
Yeah, I guess those commemorative plates coming off the garage wall, man, that doesn't make her happy, huh?
Well, I was the one that hung them, so when I hung them, I made sure they weren't going to vibrate off, on that wall.
And it wasn't until they moved that they found out the Chano family did that. He had super glued those plates to the wall.
Liquid nails, man.
Oh, man, and now that's why we have a collection of drywall in a little glass case from all our homes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you had, man, even having a garage band at 21's a little up there, wouldn't you think, by what we think garage bands are?
Yeah, it was kind of late, for sure, but it was still, it was like a weekly event, like you'd go to darts or go bowling or something. It was like just came into a routine. It was something to do.
So
kept us out of trouble.
Right. So when you guys got together, were you like having these flashes of being a big rock and roll star, or were you just having fun?
Well, I think all musicians kind of have that, but you have to stay focused, you know. You have to be a realist. And so, yeah, I mean, ultimately, that's what everybody strives for. But, you know, at some point, you just have to say, well, I'm just happy doing what I do. I'm just happy being an entertainer. If I get one person to clap in a crowd, man, I'm happy. I made it. I did what I came to do, you know, and,
right.
And that's how you feel vindicated, you know, really being a musician. To me, it's not about the money. It's about entertainment, you know.
Right. It's like a little blue thumb up, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, garage bands have always fascinated me. They're just this American thing, in my opinion. And how many of them got started? Switching gears just for a second. And I had this question in my head all worded right. Now I've got to reform it. Okay, back to your garage band.
They made a game of that now.
Really? A garage band game?
Yeah, on PlayStation. Garage band.
Oh my gosh, man. I'm kind of caught back because I have no gaming skills whatsoever. I'll be the first to admit it. I have no gaming skills, so I don't keep up with games. But I'm not surprised now that I think about it that they don't have one, because they had that Wii game. What was it? Oh gosh, I don't know. The Rockstar one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Rock Band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my kids had it, so that's how I know about it.
Oh, very familiar with it. Did you ever play it?
Oh, of course.
And how did you do?
I tried. Well, honestly, my daughter did better than I could, and her friend. So, Guitar Hero, that's it.
Yeah, that's
Thank
it,
you.
Guitar Hero. You talked earlier about the Swamp Life song and talked about it in reference to, it was basically to give the middle finger to the music industry as a whole. How do you, music today, and I've listened to some newer rock and roll the last month or so, and I got to tell you, man, it just sucks, and radio programming today is just terrible.
Couldn't agree more.
It's like no matter what time of day I get in the pickup and go somewhere, and if I turn this station on, I am going to hear like the same 5 songs
over and over, and they just all suck. And then when they do get one that's decent, they'll just run it to the ground and burn it instead of putting it in a mix,
Right.
Yeah, it's commercialized way too much, in my opinion.
Well, do you feel like there are way too many, what's the word I'm looking for, middlemen in between, weasels trying to get their cut out of the system any way they can?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, always. There's always that. It's the greed, I guess, People want to get in and get something that they can make a buck off you. Thank you, Tina. Thank you very much. Yeah. Appreciate the love.
Do you remember the band? I think it's back in the early 90s, the All-American Rejects.
Yeah. The name sounds familiar. Yeah, I'm sure I've heard their stuff.
Yeah, they were a band out of Oklahoma. And
okay.
I, as a matter of fact, on YouTube, look up All American Rejects, and this isn't talking about garage bands. Look up All American Rejects and go to the song Swing Swing. And it really is a classic garage band group. I mean, they were, just kids in Oklahoma. And Stillwater, if I'm not mistaken, either Stillwater or Oklahoma City. And it's a great video. If you get a chance to check it out, the song's really good too. And they're adorable is the only way I know how to put it. I know that sounds stupid. I mean, now they're older. They've been around for a long time. They're still together. And but you got to check that out just for the sake of garage bands. You two out there in the chat room too, check out the All American Rejects. The song's called Swing Swing. Sorry about that, didn't mean to get off track, but I just have a fascination for garage bands.
But no, there's a good point. You said that they're still together,
right? Yeah,
that's really what makes the bands today really, some of the older bands. They're still together, That's how they made it. It's not really something. It wasn't their music. It's just the fact that they bonded and that was it. They're brothers. They stayed together, and so they made it through everything,
Right.
And that's how. That's what you got to do.
Oh, Gene Zai, you'll have to I'll tell you what, Gene Zai, wait till the show's over and then play it back, man. A lot of good Chano stuff in the very beginning. So we've been at this a while now, about an hour now, I think. And yeah, be sure when it posts up after we close out, be sure and check it out.
Yeah, thank you all for coming out here tonight and chilling with us.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it. They are a great group. Listen, let's get one more song knocked out, and that's the last one. The Matrix. Tell me about The Matrix. Everybody's heard it, I'm sure, but we've never had a discussion on The Matrix, and I've got to tell you, at first, it kind of grates you. And I'm sure that was deliberate, but it grates you, and then you kind of then groove into it.
Yeah, the groove behind this song was all the drummer actually wrote the main lyric for this song. This is the one I had co-writing with the guys, because the whole idea and the premise was his idea. It just came together with all four of us. He brought it, and it's actually him saying I'm going insane. I think I'm going insane. It's oozing out of my brain.
Right.
I think I'm going insane. Yeah, that was him. That was Alan.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So was it deliberately done in the beginning like it was to just aggravate you?
Just to get you like, I don't even remember exactly what the words were that he used, but...
well, it's not even the words. It's the alarm clocks.
The cuckoo clocks, yeah.
Yeah.
That was part of it. That was the wave that we had to insert. That was just... that was the whole, how it kind of evolved, was around the cuckoo clocks, yeah.
Was it inspired by Pink Floyd?
I'm sure it had to be, a several of influences that were coming in at the time, but I wish I could ask him.
Right. Yeah, because it starts out that way, and it hit me just like it does in Dark Side of the Moon. You're grooving, you've had it going, and then all of a sudden those alarm clocks hit. Right?
Yes.
And it's just the most irritating thing in the world. And even as many times as I've heard Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, I get lured into that consciousness, and then all of a sudden there comes blast. Just real quick as a side note.
Yeah.
Before we move on, the clocks from Pink Floyd, do you know how those came about?
No.
True story. It was Alan Parsons. And what happened was they wanted to put something in there. They didn't know what to do. And so they just decided to put alarm clock or cuckoo clocks and grandfather clocks and all that in there. But they could not come together on a sequence, right? Of which should play first and on through. So what Alan Parsons did was he took the strip of tape, literally took the strip of tape, cut it up into pieces, and then they just picked them up off the ground, put them back together, and that was the end result.
Wow. And what a wonderful result that was.
I know. Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, the songs that you're playing tonight were all recorded in the studio that I built with my own hands, wired with my own hands.
Wow.
And engineered and basically, was the man behind the scenes with the faders, doing all the editing and all that on all this. So, with that in mind, that was the beginning works of the studio. So where I was learning the craft. So
Man.
I got pretty good at it after that. I did a lot of groups, ran a lot of bands through my studio. So
tell us about some of them.
Well, a lot of them were just local, musicians. A lot of rock acts, some rock rap acts, some gospel acts. I had a female singer and the keyboard player from the Tonight Show when it was Johnny Carson, and he was from the Doc Severinsen band. So
oh my goodness!
I can't remember his name, it's to my tongue, but he lived in the area, and he was hired to come in and do the piano work for her. It was the keyboard guy for Doc Severinsen band. I have Bobby Vinton, did some work for him, and my partner that was in the studio at the time did a lot of work for on the road and stuff for bands like Foghat and other groups that toured in the area.
Uh-huh.
One of my other bands actually opened up for Molly Hatchet at a local club.
One of the bands that you had in the studio.
Actually, no, this was kind of, it was, we were in the studio. It was when it was first starting up, but it was just one of the bands I was in down south.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to clarify. So you're saying you were in a band that opened up for Molly Hatchet.
Yeah. It was
Wow.
called Second Nature.
Second Nature.
Yeah.
Is there anything out there on them that you know about? Being able to find that music, I mean?
Yeah, most of it would be in. We did have a recording that we did in the studio, but it never went anywhere. It's on tape. Was never finished, never released.
Oh, okay.
But they had we had a lot of good songs, originals. Two brothers, the guitar player Vance Whitaker and Craig Whitaker. They were two brothers, bass player and guitar player. Great musicians. They still play.
These are the guys we discussed before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Unbelievable.
They also did a thing with some previous original members of the band Badfinger. And that was a global project that we did over the internet. They really weren't in the studio, but they were through the internet.
Tell us about this.
It was with the gentleman that, again, we bumped into each other off the internet, and he needed a studio to do a project for suicide awareness is what he was doing it, because he was close friends with the original members of Badfinger, Pete Ham, and there's another one. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but they both committed suicide at different times in the band Badfinger, and it affected him,
Right.
And so we did this song. It ended up being called "The Boys of Rock and Roll," and it was quite an interesting project. I'd never done anything like that before, where we were piecing it together through the internet, basically getting the files emailed to us and sending out files and trying to make this thing work like you're painting a Picasso.
Right.
The end result was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome to work with those people. Amazing technology.
So what's really happening here, and I have to kind of chuckle about this because I'm just having this awakening that what I basically thought were just guys with guitars and we're not in the garage band, but we're in the club band anymore. You guys here at the Chill Grill, you Patriot musicians, you guys are really networked out.
The guys I'm hooked up with now in the grill are some of the most professional musicians I've ever come across. I cannot wait to get something, the next song, the next one coming, and then the next one after that. It's going to be awesome. I love you guys.
Which reminds me that next Friday night is going to be the 2-year anniversary of Last Scout Radio and the very first video posting. And we are going to have a celebration here with the musicians. So be sure and log that onto your calendar. And, of course, we'll let you know about it all during the week. Well, my brothers, shall we dive into the Matrix?
Yeah, just real quick, Gavin. No, I did not have them in my studio per se, but the Ron Griffiths, the bass player, the original bass player for the Ivies and for Badfinger, was in the studio, so to speak, because over the internet. But that's where we mixed it. Yes, did it. So we did have contact. We did speak on the phone, and he's a great dude. He's awesome. We're friends on Facebook now. Well, were when I was on Facebook. Yeah. So yeah.
All right, brother. Ready?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen in the chat room. Chano, Navik Rebrab, The Matrix. right, there we go. The Matrix by Chano. So, Chano, any thoughts to wrap up with tonight on your music?
Well, I appreciate everybody sticking in the chat and listening to it, and I can only say the best is yet to come. That's the way I look at it. So, I got a new band of brothers. We about to rock it.
Sweet.
We about to rock it up. Yep.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. You know, it really has been an honor to bring all this music out, you know, and you guys trust me, and I greatly appreciate that. And I look forward to next Friday when we do the 2-year anniversary of Last Scout Radio Show. I think that's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. Everyone, please remember tomorrow night is Scout's Old Time Radio Hour, and it will be Lux Radio Theater tomorrow night. And then Sunday, we will have a ton of music to chill with and Patriot music to listen to Sunday evening for the Chill Grill, and that will start at 7 p.m. Eastern. So keep that in mind, if you would. And, man, all I've got to say is what a great night of hanging out with you, Chano. I really, truly had a good time.
Well, thank you, man. So did I. And, boss, on behalf of myself and all the musicians in the chat and all the musicians out there, we want to thank you, man. Thank you for doing what you do. It's so cool, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. Totally awesome. Thank you, boss.
Well, you guys are worth working for and getting this stuff out there. You bring such great music. You bring original music, which I greatly appreciate it. You all are very talented. And, man, it really, it's an honor. That's all I can say. You guys are fun, too, to listen to. But, you know, just to everybody out in the chat room, Peachy Keen, the Bass Doctor, Marie, Billy Jim, 52, and let's see, Pegster 6, Deborah W., Stephen John. Well, no, you guys are the best. I appreciate that. Deborah W., you are welcome, dear. You are welcome. And Peachy Keen and Miss Chano, I know you're out there somewhere. Have a good evening. Thank you very much for all being here. We will see you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern for Scout's Old Time Radio Hour. Be sure and do not miss it. Oildale Joe, thank you for being here. Billy Jim, it's always a pleasure. You do make this work fun. All of you do, as a matter of fact. Cushion, thank you, sir. As a matter of fact, we're going to close out with Cushion's Patriot Shuffle tonight. So get ready for that. Yeah. Any parting words, sir?
Martha Benjamin, I see you getting your Zoom on. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Backup, maybe. I'm not sure. But thank you all so much, chat. Thank you all for showing up. Love you guys. And see you soon.
All right, gang. Have a great night. This is PCG Hour Choctaw and Chain O. We are signing off. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow. God bless. Now, dance your way out the door with Cushion On.
Peace.